Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to another Roblox tutorial. So last time I taught you guys how to create a Roblox level up system. So before I teach you guys how to create an intro GUI, let me explain something first. On my Twitter, if you go to my Twitter profile or click the Twitter link on my YouTube header, you guys will see that every week I post a poll on what tutorial you guys would like me to create. There are three options, usually ones that I choose for tutorials, or an other option where you guys can reply your tutorial. If the other option gets a lot of votes and also has a lot of the repetitive replies, I will choose that. But if it does not, I'll choose one of the other three options that wins. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right into the tutorial. So let's go ahead and insert a screen GUI into the starter GUI, and I'm going to name this intro. Next, I'm going to go ahead and insert object we're going to insert a frame. I'm going to name this background. And I'm gonna, okay, so before we start here, what scale does is that it will basically means it'll get smaller or bigger depending on the person's screen size, and offset basically means it'll just stay that size no matter what the screen size is. So for this tutorial, offset will always be 0 and we'll always be using scaling. Just remember that. So for background, I'm going to make the scale 1 and 1. This basically takes up the whole screen and any access if you put 1 as a scale. And we're going to go ahead and make this a nice, kind of a nice gray backgroundish. Maybe like a 58. 58 seems nice. Or what about 59? 59 is good for now. So we're going to make it 59. I'm just going to darken it a bit because why not? Okay, 49 is good. So now we're going to go ahead and insert object, a title or a text label. We're going to text label and we're going to name it title, and we're going to go ahead and make it so the X is 1 and for the Y it will be 0.2, and we're going to make the offset 0 again. Text scaled, and we're going to make this white, and we're going to make the background transparent. And now we're going to go ahead and just go ahead and make this a source sans light, or no, source sans bold, and we're going to do spooks. Put your username, any social media, or any social media. So I'm gonna put just put your name, and I'm gonna put my name, SpooksHD. For now, SpooksHD is a good name for now, and I'm gonna do presents. And right there, that's good. And I'm gonna actually lower this down a bit on the y-axis. So I'm gonna make this to a 0.02, actually 0.2. Mess that up a bit. So there we go, now it's at a 0.02. I'm going to go ahead and insert object a frame, and I'm going to name this loading frame. And now we're going to go ahead and make the loading frame the X of 1, so it takes up the whole X-axis. And then we're going to also do 0.1 for the Y. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to make the background transparency completely 1, and now we're going to lower this down on the y-axis to a 0.4. So now when we have that, it's down there, we can go ahead and start with our next part, which is inserting the overlay, or the underlay, whatever you would like to call it. So we're going to name this underlay. Not underlay, underlay. And now we're going to go ahead and set the offsets back to 0 like always, and we're going to set the scale of for the X for this to a 0.3, and then we're going to set this to I think okay we're going to set this to a 0.8, and this is our little loading bar here. This is a underlay here, and we're going to go ahead and put a 0 to this, and we're going to go ahead and move the X over to 0.35, and the Y over to 0.35 as well. There we go. That looks nice. Now it's there. So we're going to put something inside here called an image label, and we're going to name this overlay. Geez, I don't know why I keep putting the W there. And we're going to go ahead and set the X and Y to 0, and we don't need to mess with positions at all. Now, I'm going to be providing you guys a free graphic to use for a loading bar, and I will be putting the image link down in the description, and also I will be putting the asset ID down in the description for you guys to use. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get here, and I'm going to get my image ID for it. Okay, there we go. We got it. That's nice to know. So overlay right here, we're going to go ahead and put the image, and we're going to set it to 401.699.359. You can use that as the image. What should I say? The image ID, or you can download the image from the description and upload it to Roblox. Anyways, so now we're here. This is good. We have our little loading bar here, and we're going to set the X to a 0 because it's going to be growing later on. And we're inside the loading frame. We're just going to insert object to int value, or we're going to name this assets loaded, and you'll see why we need this later. Now we're going to go ahead and insert a image label. And okay, so for this image label, and we're going to name this logo, this is going to be your logo that drops down from the screen, from the top. Just going to tell you guys now and here, the size of this image label is dependent on the size of your image. The size of my logo is 1500 by 800, so I would use that if you want to. It's a 1500 by 800, so I would use that if you guys want to have the exact same thing I would do. So remember, 1500 in width and 800 in height. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and set the scale for X to, I'm going to actually set it to 0.7 for the scale for X, and the Y, I'm going to set it to 0.2. There we go. That's actually, I don't think that's what I wanted it to look like. Oh, not 0.2, sorry. 0.6. I knew there was something wrong with it. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my logo really quick, just for you guys to see. This is my logo. Love and sacrifice. So we're going to be using that for now. So we're going to go ahead and move this to where I want it to be. So if you guys want the exact same way I'm putting everything in a layout, go ahead and make your logo in a 1500 by 800 image. So now we're going to go ahead and position this. So I'm going to go ahead and position this at a 0.15, and then I'm going to position this down at 0.2. There we go. Now it might look in a weird area, but that's all right. It's good. So 0.24 actually, sorry. So Y is 0.24 for a scale, and it might look weird with the the loading bar above it, but we're going to make this invisible for now. And that's pretty much it. We have all this ready, and we're ready to go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and get scripting. So now we're going to go ahead and put in the background a local script called main. Or you can name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it main. So now we have print hello world. We're going to skip that. We're going to get rid of that, and we're going to put here instead repeat wait until game.players.localPlayer player GUI, or find first child player GUI. And what this does is that whatever is in these brackets, it will find that child first before anything else. So just find that child, and this will be player GUI. There we go. That's good. Now, basically, what this does, it won't start the script until it finds player GUI in our player. Now we're going to go ahead and do game.players.localPlayer set top. I'm pretty sure it's set top bar transparency to 0. So basically, you can't see at all. So it's going to be at transparency of 0. It's going to be like a really dark gray, which is okay for now. Now we're going to do local content service is equal to game get service content provider. And the reason why we're going to be using this is because when we are going to look for how many assets there are in the game, we're going to be using that service. Now we're going to be doing local bar equals script dot parent dot loading frame dot frame, not frame, but I forgot what it was called. Oh yeah, dot underlay dot bar. There we go. That's nice. And now we're going to do the logo. Same thing. Local logo equals script.parent.logo. And there we go. Now we have the logo. Now we're going to go ahead and start the actual intro. So we're going to bring down we're going to bring down to we're going to go ahead and set the logo, the loading frame, and title above the screen where the user cannot see it. So we're going to do script.parent.title.position equals udim2.new, and we're going to set this to the X position that it's already in, and then we're going to set this to -1, 0. Boom, we got that done. Now we're going to do logo.position equals udim2.new. Oh no, that's fine. And then we're going to do 0.15 because this is where the logo is positioned. This is where the logo, so you always put the X when you're doing the position if you don't want it to be disturbed. Yes? Alright, sorry for that interruption. We are back. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and we're in the udim2.new, and now we're going to go ahead and go on to our next part, which is doing the script.parent.loadingFrame.position. Whoops, I keep messing up here. .position equals udim2.new. And now we're going to go ahead and set this to whatever it was set to. It's not really set to anything, though it doesn't have it has the X is equal to 0, so we're not going to change the X. So that's good. Now it's going to be up above when the script is activated. So now we're going to do end positioning. And now we're going to go ahead and do start moving GUIs. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move the title and the loading bar down to where they are now. So we're going to do script.parent.title.position, .title, tween position, udim2.new, and then we're going to go ahead and set it to where they are right now. So right now, title is at the position of 000, 0.20. So basically, this isn't a replacement for udim2.new. Basically, it's just going to increase the position until it gets to what you want it to be set to. And here, we're going to go ahead and set this to in. Now, the reason, so if I get this correct, image showing the correct thing, the correct thing will not pop up. But if I get this wrong, it will show up. But right now, I'm going to say what I think in and out, not in, the move between in and then out will do. So in basically makes it go fast at the start and then slower at the end, and out makes it go slow at the start and makes it go fast at the end. I'm not really for sure if an image pops up, that means I got that wrong. Anyways, now we're going to make this bounce. And this will basically say how the GUI will get there. And then we're going to set it to 2. That is how long the animation lasts for. Same thing for script.parent.loadingFrame. Tween position. udim2.new. And then we're going to set this to 0.40. And now we're going to do in as well. And it's the exact same thing from here. Bounce. And then 2. So there we go. Now we move those GUIs down. We're going to make it wait 3 seconds. And then we're going to do the actual loading bar stuff. So now we're going to do loading bar function. Loading bar action. And now we're going to go ahead and actually do what we need. So we're going to do local amount of assets loaded equals script.parent.loadingFrame.assetsLoaded. And this is why we need it, because we're going to be using it for this action of the loading bar. We're going to do now local all assets equals game.contentProvider request queue size. That's basically all the assets are in the game. Now we're going to do assets loaded equals game.content provider dot request size. And now we're also going to do amount of assets loaded equals actually no, forgot the dot value equals game.content provider dot request queue size. Basically, we're just going to be setting it to all of the assets that are in there, and then it's going to be then it's going to load them all. When it finishes, it's going to be adding on to that value. Now we're going to go ahead and do while game.content provider content provider dot request size is bigger than 0, then do, and we're going to do while here. We got to finish off that while, and we're going to do end. And now here, what we're going to be doing is we're going to if game.content provider the request queue size is smaller than the assets loaded, then basically this will be all this, and this can be used anywhere in this script, so that's good. So if it doesn't have a local and it's a variable equals to, it can be used anywhere in the script. Assets loaded, then what we're going to do is amount, and we're going to be using this a lot, so amount of assets loaded dot value equals game dot content provider dot request size queue size amount of assets loaded dot changed connect function. And we're going to be putting assets to load. Now, what dot change does is every time a variable value is changed, it will call a function of whatever you set it to. Now we're going to do local new x equals 1 minus amount of assets loaded dot value divided by all assets. And now we're going to do bar tween size udim2.new, and we're going to do new x 0 1 0, and that's about it. And that's where we do that's how this loading bar works. And now here we're going to do bar tween size. This is just going to be a little backup here. So basically, you just copy this. Oh, actually, no, I forgot something here. We're going to need to do out, because it needs to have it just needs to have something for it to look nice. So we're going to do out quad 0.5 true. And then we just copy this, and we'll. This is my backup here. This is why I decided to do for backup if it doesn't do that. And now end loading bar action. And actually, I did mess that up a bit. This is actually supposed to be just 1. There we go, perfect. That's my backup, just to make it so it looks completely done. Now it's going to wait 2 seconds, and then it's going to do script.parent.loading bar, loading frame, sorry, tween position, udim2.new, 1 0 0.40, and then we're going to do out elastic 2, and that's it. And now we're going to do also what this does. Basically, it sends the loading frame to the right. So send loading bar to the right, and then we're going to do send logo down. And now we're just going to go ahead and do logo dot visible equals true, and logo tween position udim2.new 0.115 0 0.240, and then we're going to do here in bounce, and we're going to go ahead and do a 3-second wait. Not wait, but it's going to the animation will last for 3 seconds, and then we're going to wait 3, and below here, that's where we're going to do the next part, which is create the new GUI. So basically what this does is that it will send the bar to the right, send the logo down, and that's it. So let's go ahead and test this and see if this works. So when we press play, as you can see, this is, whoa. Oh, actually, no, I actually messed something up here. It's set top bar transparency. I forgot to do .localPlayer.player GUI. There we go. So it's game.players.localPlayer.player GUI, set top bar transparency to 0. There we go. That should work. So as you see, when it loads, when it finishes, as you can see, it's still, bar is not a valid member of frame. See, I'm messing this up so badly. .bar overlay. There we go. Now we finish this. Okay, that looks good. You guys probably already caught it when I made that mistake. So as you see, it pops down, it loads, and then it'll move to the right, send down the image, and then it's done. Now what I'm going to do is that we're going to create the second frame. So we're going to go ahead and set this to a 4, and we're going to re-zindex everything. So zindex the background is 4. We're going to say change logo to 7, 7, 6. This is going to be 7, and this is going to be 8. There you go. That looks nice. That looks good. So now we can go ahead and duplicate this and make this invisible. And then we're going to go ahead and delete loading frame, and we're going to keep logo, and we're going to delete title, and we're going to delete main. We have the logo still here, but we're going to finish this off here. So let's go ahead and finish it off. So we're going to name this menu. We're going to insert another frame. And this frame will be the size of, let's say, we'll name this menu first. We'll make this menu frame f equals frame, and then we're going to set these to 0, and then we're going to change the x to, let's say, 0. Let's go ahead and make this a nice, okay, so, sorry, stretching there. So we're going to actually make this a nice 0.3 over 1. And then we're going to go ahead and make this, so this is like a 4. We're going to make this a 3. And then we're going to make this a, actually, we'll make this like a 1. And then we'll make this a 2. We'll make this a 3. Not 4, 3. There we go. Perfect. And now we're going to go ahead and set the color of this to a nice, kind of a 444. So a 444444. There we go. Beautiful. And this needs to be a little brightened down a bit. So there we go. That's nice. 56, 56. And then we're going to set the position of this to a nice point. Let's see. We'll set this to, see, okay, so I think setting this will be probably around maybe a 0.35. I am guessing a 0.35. Yeah, 0.35. So we're going to set this to 0.35, and then there we go. That's in the middle, and that's good looking. We're going to set the border size border size pixel to 0, and now we're going to go ahead and insert the logo into that. Make the logo visible again. We're going to make the background transparency 1, and actually I'm going to go back and set the logo transparency to 1 again. And now I'm going to go back here, and we're going to set the logo size to 1.5 for the X, and for the Y, we're going to set it to 0.4. There you go. That looks really nice. And now we're going to go ahead and set the X to negative 0.25. And that's in the middle of this frame. And now we're going to go ahead and set it to negative 0.05 for the height. And there we go. Now it's in there. We're going to go ahead and insert object a text button. And we're going to name this playB. and we're going to name this 3. We're going to put this at 3, and we're going to go ahead and make this a x of 1 and 0, 0, and then we're going to go ahead and make this a point. I'm pretty sure I should make this a 0.007. Whoops, wrong. 0.07. There we go. Looks nice. We're going to put a text scaled of that, and then we're going to set this to source hands light. And I'm going to set the color of this to 255, 170, 127. There we go. It's a nice kind of color. We're going to make this a 0, and then we're going to set the text color to white, and I'm going to go ahead and do play. And there we go. And now we're going to set the position of the Y, only the Y, for the scale to 0.34. And this one will have a 0.44 for the info button. And now we're going to go ahead and change the Y to a 0.44. And we're going to put info here. And that's basically it. Now we're going to do insert object script. And we're going to go ahead and do this for the play button. So we're going to do here, we're going to do script.parent.mouse button 1 down, connect function, and now we're going to do for IV in pairs, script.parent.parent.parent, get children, do, and now we're going to do if v is a frame, because we need to make sure these are frames before we make the transparency go down. We're going to do I equals 10, 1, -1, do. And now we're going to go ahead and do script.parent.parent.parent.background transparency. Transparency equals. And now we're going to do plus 1, plus 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. There we go. And we're going to do exact same thing here. We're going to do v dot background transparency equals plus 0.1. And now we're also going to add another thing here. We're going to add one more, and we're going to do wait 0.5. And it's going to wait 0.5 seconds for it to load. And now after this, we're going to do script.parent.parent.parent.visible equals false. Script.parent.parent.parent, and that's going to the menu .parent. We need to make sure background is there, and then we're going to do destroy. Before I finish this, the difference between destroy and remove is that both of them are both of them can do different things. Destroy will completely remove it. Remove will just make it go away from that area, but store it somewhere else. So now we're just going to go ahead and create one more GUI, which is going to be the info GUI. So we're going to name this info, and we're going to go ahead and set the size of info for the x, for the info x to be 0.3, and then for the other one, and we need to put this at like a 3 if that goes above. So a 3, and actually, does that go above? Should be going above, not for, oh, that's why, because I haven't set that y, and that should end for, that should be 2.25 for that. And now we have this nice little GUI here. So I'm going to go ahead and make it a nice color, maybe around that. That's a good color. And that's good enough for now. We're going to go ahead and insert another frame. And we're going to name this bar. This isn't going to be used at all. It's just a little thing to make the thing look nice. So we're going to make the x equal to 1, 0, and then we're going to also add this to 3. And what I'm going to be doing here is, so we need to check at the menu here is at 2. Maybe we'll make it at 1. Okay, that's good. 1 is good. So now we're going to go ahead and do this. We just need to make sure everything will go under it if it does or not. So 2, there we go. Now this will work. So that is at 3, this is at 3, and what we're going to do is we're going to change the y for this over to 0.15, And yeah, that should be good. That's where I want it to be. And then I'm going to make this a really dark color. And I'm going to set the border size pixel to 0. And then after that, I'm going to move this, actually add one more in text label. Dang it. Okay, here we go. Text label. And I'm just going to name this text. Text. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this to a 3. And this one is going to be at a size of 1 for the scale and a 0.8 for the Y. And I believe that's where I should put it at, 0.84 actually. And now I'm going to set this to 1, set the text scaled, and actually uncheck it, and then make it to somewhere around that. So welcome. So we're just going to put the info here for a test. Welcome to my game. This is fun game. And then we're going to set this to a white color, and we're going to set this to a source sans, maybe a light. That's good. And we're going to go ahead and set the X to left and a Y to top. And when, yeah, that's a good size for that, at least. Yeah, that's a good size. This is a good size right here. So now we're just going to go ahead and lower it down to probably so it's at 0.84. I think we're going to put this at a 0.16. There we go. Perfect. And now we're just going to go ahead and move this over to where we want it to be. And for the X and Y, I'm going to set this to a 0.35. So 0.35 right there, perfect. It gets in the middle right here. And then once after that, I'm going to go ahead and move that down to a 0.3. So it covers that. Beautiful, perfect. It still shows this, and that is really nice. So now we're just going to go ahead and copy this into this button, and we're going to go ahead and make this invisible for now. And we're going to go ahead and finish this off. So we're going to delete all this right here. And now for the final thing, what we're going to be doing is that I'm going to be finishing off the script, and then it should be all working. So that's going to be nice. So we're going to go ahead and do script.parent.parent.parent.info.position equals udim2.new -1 0 0.30. And that's good enough for now. Now we're going to do script.parent.parent.parent.info.visible equals true. And then we're going to do script.parent.parent.parent.info tween position udim2.new, and we're going to go ahead and move this to 0.35, 0.3, and then 0, and we're going to go ahead and give this a nice in, and then we're going to make this go to bounce. And after that, we're going to go ahead and set this to 2 seconds, and we're going to go ahead and copy this, the exact same thing. And instead of this this one, we're going to go ahead and set this, whoops, did the wrong thing, wait 5, and after that, we're going to paste that, and we're going to make this go to 1, and we're going to make this go out, and we're going to make it elastic. And that's pretty much good, and after this, we're going to make it go invisible. .info.visible equals false. There we go. That's pretty much this menu thing here done. Now when we make this visible again, none of that will appear. And after this, I'm going to add one more thing down here, which we needed this menu GUI for. Now we're going to go ahead and do script.parent tween position script. Oh, whoops, no, wrong thing. udim2.new, and then we're going to go ahead and make this go to the right. So 1, 0, 0, 0, and now we're going to go ahead and do out, elastic, and we're going to make this last for 2 seconds. And that's pretty much it. That's the whole tutorial right there. And that looks pretty nice, pretty good. So this is a bunch of code here, and now we can go ahead and put this in replicate storage, and we're going to insert a script into server script service. I'm going to name this join or player join, and this is just the easiest part. Game.players.player added connect function, spell connect wrong, connect function, and we're going to put inside here in the parentheses, not parentheses, brackets player, and we'll do local clone equals game dot replicated first, nope, storage dot intro clone, and we're going to do clone clone. I believe it's, oh yeah, I don't know why I forgot this. Clone dot background dot GUI controller dot disabled equals false. False, not disabled. There we go. And now we're gonna do clone dot parent equals player dot player GUI. And that should be about it. So once we play the game, here we go, we're playing, and now we get into the game. Oh, GUI controller is not a valid member. I think I named it something else. Oh, it's called main. I forgot that. So right here, it's not GUI controller, it's main. Okay, there we go. Now this should work. This script is working now. Disabled. I'm making so many mistakes here. I'm pretty sure it was, I guess I spelled, oh yeah, I spelled disabled wrong. So if I go back here, oh, let's see, what did I spell wrong? Oh yeah, I forgot the S. There we go. Perfect. So now if we join the game, there will not be any errors here. Here we go. It falls down, it loads, it goes to the right, falls down. Oh, okay, that went a bit too fast. So I'm going to make a really quick change here, and that did not go the way I wanted it to go. So basically here is the logo. It falls down. It's going to take, let's say, 2 seconds, and we're going to have 4 seconds for it to be there. Now let's press play, and this should work. So here we go. It goes down, loads, goes to the right, falls down, and then it goes down. This way. And now if we press info, it will pop over here. Welcome to my game. This is fun game. And then it'll go to the right. And then if we press play, everything will start going away, and except for this, and then it will go ahead and turn invisible. It will get rid of it. There we go. So anyways, that's about it. You guys can mess around with that if you want. I'm just teaching you guys the very basics of this right now. So anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, and if this helped you out, then go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to see more of this kind of tutorials where I go in depth and tell you guys how to do certain things and tell you guys how to do the most efficient way you can do this, or not do this, but a more efficient way of doing this, then go ahead and subscribe. And if you are having any trouble, go ahead and comment your problem down in the description, not down in the description, but down in the comments, and I'll reply, or the community will help you out. Anyways, I think that's about it. So anyways, don't forget to leave a like if this helped you, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of this. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.